How to make a mini ruched dress with drawstrings? The answer is, keep watching, love. Piece of cake, walk in the park, finger in the nose. That's how easy it is to make it. So we've got a bodycon dress with drawstrings on the sides, so you can adjust the length of the dress. And let me show you how the dress is on me when you don't ruche the dress. The pattern was made with a 168 centimeter or 5.5 tall person in mind, so if you're taller, do not hesitate to lengthen the dress. A little close-up on the neck and armholes, where we've got a simple one-fold hem. If you have more experience, you can of course add some binding. For this project, you will need some elastic fabric. The white one I used is made of 95% cotton and 5% elastane, which is a very common blend that you can very easily find in every fabric shop. Alright, let's get started. Let me show you the pieces of the pattern cut. 3 pieces only, the front, the 4 drawstrings, and the back. First things first, let's sew the hems. There are 2 centimeters of seam allowances for the hems. I'm going to be carrying out my infamous technique consisting in basting the fabric 2 centimeters away from the edge, straight stitch the longest stitch length on your machine. No securing stitches, it's just a means to draw a line. Okay, I'm folding the hem, pin if you like, and sew it with a zigzag stitch. And then I remove the basting threads. Second step, once the hems are done, lay the front and back parts right sides together, and we will be sewing the shoulder seams with a straight stitch, respecting 1 centimeter of seam allowance. Then we sew the sides, and this time we will keep 2 centimeters of seam allowance. I'm sewing using a zigzag stitch because my fabric is 4-way stretch, but if your fabric isn't stretchy vertically, then you can just use a straight stitch. Now it's time to sew the drawstring channels. You've got 2 on each side of the dress. For this purpose, we're going to use the side seam allowances. You're going to open them. I started adding pins, but I didn't use too many because it doesn't make things easier. It's already easy. And you sew all along the edges of the seam allowances till you reach the hem of the dress. And this is what you get. Fourth step. We've got 4 strips of fabric. You can also use some sort of woven tape or ribbon instead if you prefer. I'm folding the strips right sides together and I sew using a zigzag stitch. And then I take my loop turner and I turn the strips upside down. I take my loop turner again, I insert it through the channels of the dress and I fetch the strings. Once you have pulled them up to the armhole, pin them in place. Then sew the drawstrings to the dress in the seam allowance. The last step is the arm and neck hole hems. I'm doing my technique again to respect the seam allowances of the hems, which is 1.3 centimeter wide, and then you fold wrong sides together and you sew using a zigzag stitch. I remove the basting threads, and that's it, done! Super easy, I'm telling you! If you make the dress and you publish it on Instagram, don't forget to hashtag AlexDIYDress. And second thing, subscribe to my newsletter down there. Every time I release a new pattern, I'm gonna give you a discount on it if it's not already a free one. Alright, I'll see you soon. Kiss!